Dust 2 time. Also, we probably shouldn't talk about politics, James. People don't seem to like that.
I don't care. It's our show.
If we do a politics-free stream, should this be a safe space where there's no politics? People can escape politics.
Perhaps.
They can come here for entertainment.
You just said politics like 6 times, though.
But they can. This can be the distraction from the. Because that's what I'm like when we had Brexit, for example, right, James? So many
Why
people,
is my bell over there?
your what?
The bell.
I don't know. But when we had Brexit, right? So many people will come up to me and then be like, especially because we were traveling a lot, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're British," and they like start talking about Brexit, which is like the last thing you want to talk about because it's like deeply disappointing.
It's like,
So
is that the only thing from our collection of nations to talk about? It's like, oh,
well, I mean,
tell me about Brexit. No, why don't you tell me about hamburgers? It's stupid.
Well, I mean, if it's like the zeitgeist, like the thing at the time, the thing that's happening right now, then they're probably going to talk about it. It's like the biggest story, right? But I want to ignore it because there's nothing I can do about it. A lot of the times, like after it's happened, it's like it's happened now. There's nothing I can do. I tried to vote. I tried to do all these things to have an impact. Nothing I can do now. Don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I know you have an interest in politics in general, but I find politics extremely boring. So I don't want to talk about it under any circumstances, unless something happens like Donald Trump becomes president of the United States, because that's hilarious. It's Donald Trump.
It's got the nuclear codes, mate.
He's in the World Wrestling Federation Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's like punched Vince McMahon in the face or something. Like,
really?
He's a president now. That's hilarious. Gonna have a TLC match. Where's Trish Stratus?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. I think he's been stunned by Steve Austin as well. If someone linked down to a video of, I'm pretty sure Donald Trump has been the recipient of a Stone Cold Steve Austin Stone Cold Stunner. I'm pretty sure that's happened. Even Linda McMahon has, although she no-sold that like I don't even know what.
God damn. Okay, well, it's time for the game. And as I said, I think GODSENT have a much better chance here. I think it's really good for them that they start from the T side. Because this is where NiP had trouble yesterday. This is where maybe some edges were given away. And if a similar thing happens in this matchup, that's going to allow GODSENT to have more options and get together with a very good start. And if they can get a good start rolling into this map, they can definitely have a very competitive map and probably have a good chance to win it. So we'll have to see. The typical metagame play. Wait, okay, look, Get Right is in a position. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Well, there you go.
That's a bad start for GODSENT.
I was just about to say that, like the typical metagame setups that you expect from the CTs, NiP were not going for that. They were going for something a bit more passive. It looked like they were actually thinking about doing some kind of timing pushes, but yeah, GODSENT kind of ran into the USPs there.
Credit to Friberg though, because pyth was behind the door in mid the entire time, but once that mid to B smoke came down, Friberg threw a HE off the wall. I think it might have gone through middle door as well, but obviously, because of the trajectory of that HE, they're never going to look for pyth in this position. So maybe that grenade is what allowed pyth to get those 2 headshots and shut down the first part of that round. GODSENT not off to the start they wanted. Who knows if it's the one they deserved? I will leave you people to decide that. What do you mean, you people?
So I've seen so many CTs lose rounds like this because the force buy after no plant after the T's lose the pistol by getting picked by deagles. That's like the most common thing that happens. They just get picked by deagles, and so as a CTs, knowing that that's like the most common way to lose a round like this, you want to find ways to avoid that. So obviously, that's a cool play from Friberg, trying to use the smoke there to try to get a favorable engagement. Try to, like have a small gap to kind of bait a T into the gap, and then be able to take him down with a more favorable angle. But it doesn't work out for a frag. But the NiP have done this well. They're not really giving. They're playing very passively, very open, very defensively. They're forcing GODSENT to go in for a bomb site where the engagements will be harder, especially with deagles, because deagles are better at the picks. They're not very as good if you have to run in. Like that's more suited to a Tech 9 and so on.
Well, there's one player down. Another slow start after a violent first round. I don't know what I think of that deagle just yet. The design of it. Ooh. There goes the bomb. Death by paper cuts. This is what we're seeing at the moment. I don't know if you have ever had a paper cut, but they are very annoying. Especially when they're on a index finger. Get right. Oh, very patient attempts there by JW to clean things up. But there we go. GODSENT will eventually succumb to the superior weaponry. GODSENT, obviously, it's another round where they will slowly die. We have seen a few rounds, probably mainly North America, that have been won by pure Glocks on round 3. I feel like we've seen a few, like 2 or 3.
Yeah, there's been some really bad ones. One that we saw at E-League on Cobblestone, probably the worst I've ever seen.
Oh, yes.
Well, we can mention that later. Well, actually, they are getting kind of wrecked here. So, yeah, I think it was either Echo Fox or CLG or somebody. Either way, there was a T side with only Glocks, no Kevlar, nothing, and a CT side who had the full buy, rifles and everything, and they lost. And like 4 of them were on the B-bomb side defending the Glock rush, and they lost the round. 2-5 Glocks, no Kevlar. And they had the full rotation. They had all the guns. They had all the Kevlar. And
I wish I remembered what team.
I think Echo Fox was either the recipient or the team that did it. I can't remember.
Up.
And I remember in like 6 rounds in that match, we had like 3 situations like that. But anyway, back into buy. NiP are going to go for an upper dark push. This is great because they're carrying weaponry from the previous round, so which will be unfavorable on longer range engagements on picking battles. So they don't want to play the picking game. They want to instead impose their will in a way that can work for them, and that's a great range for Friberg. But they will lose out the battles. But I think this was a great idea from NiP.
2 players left for the NiP side, the NiP side. Recently played 3. I think 3 of their players played their 1000th match for NiP. There goes flusha. Thank you and goodbye. Ooh, perhaps the retake is on for Xizt and co. Or perhaps not. Forest. I mean, he is saving, right? Right. Is Forest on some mad rotation? Because Xizt is still moving towards the site.
I think it's fine Forest going for damage here, because he might even be able to pick up an AK and then think about the safe, but it's Forest. And even though he has no time, he can try to make something happen. Doesn't get the frag onto pronax, but that's okay. They should have a full buy. I think it's pretty damn good buy. Yeah, as you can see, their money's great. So they wanted to do as much damage as they possibly could there. And again, I think they were unfortunate with this. For example, Friberg doesn't get this kill. He had the drop on flusha there. He should be getting that kill more. Most of the time, he's getting that kill. I think the second engagement we saw lost by Get Right. I think he's probably getting that kill a lot of the time as well. So generally, I think NiP were unlucky, but the idea was great based on the buy they had. This is a very fast pace. Look at this. This is insanely fast.
And maybe they've made a mistake, or rather just the timing of the CTs was better for the CTs. All the frags going the way of the NiP side. Not a single kill. Someone's dropped from the server as well. Lecro alone. Going to get taken down by a Friberg top mid with a big bluey purple knife.
Bluey purple. We've lost somebody. We've lost Mr. Cronax.
He's had enough. He's done. He's gone.
It's like this team. I'm gonna wait. GODSENT is a who owns GODSENT? Is it because it's player owned?
I'm the secret investor.
So it's player owned. So who are all the players that have?
Why don't you believe me?
I thought you don't even speak a word of Swedish.
I wanted to say one, but I'm not sure if we're on TV or not today. So maybe I shouldn't say it. Although it's not really a swear word, is it? It's just like hell.
Which word?
It's, you know, it says it's like the Swedish version of like the word hell, right?
What do you mean, like what if you're fan? I think that's it, isn't it?
No, it's almost the same as what I'm saying. But anyway, the point is I'm trying not to say it then.
Oh,
you see, I'm trying not to say something.
I know
what you think I'm trying not to say.
I know what you mean. That is actually quite rude, yeah.
But is it a swear word though? I mean, it's just like hell and something, isn't it?
I think it's swearing.
Okay, I don't know. If it's swearing, then send us tweets. Let us know, because I don't know. I know it's like, you know, some kind of taboo word in Swedish, but I don't know if it's an actual swear word. But I mean, I know like hey. It's really cute when Swedish chicks say hey, because they're like hey.
Yeah, I actually think that
feminine
is
voice.
the cutest thing.
The cutest thing.
Yeah, that's why I love going to Sweden.
I mean, cats are cute. You think like that's the cutest thing in the world, or in Sweden, or with girls, or what?
Well, it wasn't a literal statement.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. But I mean, they're just cute anyway, so it doesn't matter
It's
what
a
they
very
say.
cute thing.
It's whatever. They could be talking about like mud or cleaning toilets. Be like, cleaning toilets. Be like, oh my god, cleaning toilets never look so good. Where do I sign up?
My favorite Swedish word is sandslott.
What does that mean?
Sandcastle.
Oh, you have a phrase that includes the word sandcastle. Is that Italian though? That particular phrase?
No.
Or is it Swedish?
Yeah, it's a Swedish phrase.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a Swedish word. It would be weird.
Wait, you said that in an interview, didn't you? Where you had that massive afro?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Massive
What is that?
afro.
What is that video called? What do you mean? It was a massive a mess of hair, if you like. If you don't want to say afro, there was a lot of hair on your head, and it wasn't doing anything coordinated. it was just there.
It's just this. Yeah, that was an interview when I was playing at ESWC in 2008, I think.
We should play that video.
No, we really shouldn't.
We should.
It made it like someone found it and put it on Reddit one time, and that was.
Next time.
I was quite sad.
We're not post Watershed yet, but we should get that video. Who has the rights to that video?
That's a good question.
I don't know if we can just download it.
I actually know who made the video. Actually, it was.
Yeah, but it's more who owns the video.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I could probably find out through her.
Yeah, do that. Then we can play it on the show.
So what you're saying is, it's in my hands whether or not it gets played on the show. That's what you're saying.
Kind of, I suppose. Yeah. Well, I mean, if I could be asked, I'll just go and do it myself.
Because I know it's uploaded on Vimeo, I think.
It is, yeah. But I don't know how it works with showing someone else's video like on the stream, because there's like that Ray William Johnson guy, right? He made like probably millions just taking other people's videos and talking about them on his own YouTube channel, where presumably without asking them for permission. So.
Oh right, isn't it? Because there's like some rule, like if it's only like 5 to 9 seconds or something, then it's fine. But if
I think there's something like that with clips of music, at least audio, like on the radio. I think if it's below a certain amount of seconds, then you don't have to pay royalties. At least in America, although because I have a friend who's who runs Sherdog Radio Network, for those of you who are MMA nerds. But I don't know if it's how it works with video content and online and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, there is an interview with Dan where he has massive afro and he mentions sandcastles. I would implore you to go and look it up and then, I don't know, tweet Janko, tell Janko what the entire phrase, his Swedish sandcastle phrase is.
Why tweet Janko? He doesn't speak Swedish.
I don't know, you've got to tweet someone, right? It doesn't have to be the Swedish, could be the English. Because you do explain what it is in English.
They think they put a translation. That was the first thing anyone ever taught me in Swedish. It's definitely not pretty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not a common phrase, though, surely.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not. No, it's not like. Yeah, absolutely. It's not like a common phrase. It's like some person I was talking to, I guess, was particularly perverted, James, and that's what he likes.
I used to work with someone. Actually, never mind. Better not say that publicly. No, never mind.
NSFW.
Yeah, probably, yeah. So Pronax, I think, has a VAC authentication error, which is why we have a delay at the moment. We could go to a break, but I would rather just sit here and talk.
Look what I got, James. I bought this.
What is that?
It's an Xbox One controller.
What have you bought it for?
I'm very PC Master Race, and I honestly hate controllers. But there's one game which I tried to play on PC, and it's just a nightmare, which is Dark Souls. It's the only reason I have that is for Dark Souls. That's the only reason why I have that.
It's almost the same color as the Mac 10 in the background. It's got it's almost like a chocolate fade thing going on here.
A copper fade.
I much prefer PlayStation pads, but then I bought a PlayStation.
Yeah.
With my first job, I bought a bicycle and I bought a PlayStation. Not at the same time, of course.
I think these controllers, I think the game was kind of designed with these controllers in mind, from what I understand, which is the reason why I got it. Because again, like I'm never going to use it for anything else. It's just Dark Souls.
So like a game like Super Meat Boy, your keyboard.
Oh yeah, well
you probably have more control of a keyboard, like when you can control things in the air, right?
Yeah, you get more precision from mechanical keyboards.
I mean, you could do that with this. I'll use the D-pad for it.
For example, like the best speedrunners for I Want to Be the Boshi, they actually use some of them use gamepads, but they all end up switching to keep the mechanical keyboards because that's how you get the best times with that game because you get more precision. You can do inputs more quickly, more precisely on a mechanical keyboard. Overall. On
the subject of mechanical keyboards, I have been waiting patiently for my newest my newest keyboard set.
How many do you have keyboards?
Keyboards. I have 3 keyboards. I went through a lot of keyboards by different manufacturers, but then I went to poker keyboards. I went to 10 keyless because I would show this one, but this is a terrible keyboard. I would show that on camera, but yeah, it sucks, so I won't. So 10 keyless keyboard, for those of you who don't know, the number pad is normally called the 10 keys because it has 1 to 0, so it's 10 keys. So if you don't have that, you have a 10 keyless keyboard. Although if you don't have the little arrows on the side and the page up, page down, all that, if you don't have that either, then you have a 60% keyboard. So I have 3 60% keyboards. One is for the office, which is currently over there on my 34-inch screen. One is at home, and then one I use when I travel and play Counter-Strike with
James is not telling you is he got kicked out from the office, the initial office, the actual office. He got kicked out from that.
Technically, I did. I lost my desk for the time being because the platform side are hiring a lot of people very quickly, so I had to give up. But in fairness, I'm never there, so it's a waste of space.
But you're gonna create a setup there, a streaming setup.
I was
you got denied.
I was going to have my my own desk in the streaming area and have my elaborate streaming setup because I haven't been streaming for ages. But that'll have to come probably next year actually, because in fairness, we're not going to be here. We're not going to be anywhere near an office until January, basically, because we're going to be on the road for quite a while. Lots of interesting things coming up, which we'll hear about in due course. But yeah, mechanical keyboards. The newest set was supposed to be printed, or whatever you do. I don't know how they make them, manufactured, I suppose, in October and sent out in October. Then it was delayed to November the 2nd. Then I think it was delayed to November the 6th. Now it's delayed to November the 14th. So I'm really hoping that I get that soon. I think it's supposed to ship on the 14th, but we're flying to America soon after that. So I hope it arrives in time. I mean, basically the next day. Otherwise, I won't be able to use it until I come home. I
want to build a like one of our guys in production, Patrik. He showed me. I don't know if you know that channel, that YouTube channel, Linus Tech Tips or Linus Tech Tips.
Yeah,
it's like that's an awesome. I love that guy's stuff. It's an awesome channel. But one of the videos that he made was about building a PC with this thing called actually a DAN case, which is like a really, really tiny case. It's called DAN case for some reason. And like the case is just big enough to actually fit like a 1080. Like that's literally just how big it is, the size of a 1080 basically. And so I'm wondering actually if I could like build like a PC instead of like taking like building like a gaming laptop or buying a gaming laptop or something like that. If I wanted to play games abroad, because that'd be like really expensive. Those are super expensive. Could maybe just build like a DAN case, get a DAN case, and then fill it with stuff to play games on. But I need
like PC components.
Exactly. And
not like cuddly toys or.
But I need But I need a screen solution, so I don't know what I'd do for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would make much more sense to just have a laptop because.
Well, I mean, it depends how small it is, because I think it's like it's tiny. It's
but like, I mean, what size screen? Because I have 10-inch screens. Have you seen my 10-inch screen? Because when I have my production company, so when I normally have like 4 or 5 screens on the table, so I have 10-inch screens for the less important information.
Because it could be like maybe like some kind of like a tablet that I could get just for the display, which maybe has like an HDMI port or something like that, and I could just
get a laptop, man.
But it'd probably be way more expensive. The gaming laptops are insanely expensive.
I know, but it's convenience, isn't it? Like, why would you carry?
That'd be pretty convenient.
It's not convenient to carry a PC abroad instead of a laptop.
No, but like for example, it will go in like my massive luggage. I just have it in the hotel room.
But do you need to play games that badly? You could just always go outside instead.
Because it'd also be really good as well, like when I go home for like holidays and stuff. Because I basically don't have anything. I'm just like chilling. Like if I want to like mess around on some games, then I could do that. Because I have a portable setup. Like if I want to go
to LAN, laptops afford a portable.
If I want to go to LAN, get proper performance.
You hate LAN?
Well, I only hate LAN because there's no LANs to compete at.
In the UK.
Well, it's because I only go to LANs to compete, and there's no LANs I can compete at because there's no games there for me to compete at. Because I have no team James to play with CS with. I don't have time to play in a team, so I need a one-on-one game. I'm waiting for a one-on-one game to play. Artist doesn't make sense. Fighting games doesn't make sense. I almost did though in fighting games. I almost went to a fighting game tournament because I was playing loads of fighting games. But
I just wanted to say on the subject of teams.
Yeah.
So, Kishima went to, like, he lives in the UK, right? He's got like some super hot girlfriend who lives in the UK. He lives with her. So he went to LAN with a bunch of UK guys, and they won. I think they won I don't know if it was iSeries or something on the Molotovs and Marshmallows team. you know what's funny then? I was on the original lineup of that team. Obviously, no one who's playing with Kirishima was playing with me, but
So basically, they just took the name.
More or less, I guess you could say that.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
But it was funny, wasn't it? It was well, they didn't take the name because I mean,
if there's no one of the original team playing.
Well, no, one of the players was the owner of it. So I mean,
so someone of the original team was playing.
No, he's the owner of it, of the brand.
Oh, it's a brand.
He wasn't playing
because it sounds like a mixed team. It's actually a brand. Actually, a team.
Yeah, it's a team. Yeah.
Molotovs
They won like some League of Legends nonsense as well.
Molotov, but they're called Molotovs and Marshmallows.
Yeah, Eminem. True story. True story.
Where's
I think that's the last team I played on actually. Although it didn't last very long. But we had I think we had like a Google Doc. We were going to fill it with strats. We were going to do this. We were going to do that.
Problem is that CS on a team is so insanely time consuming. It has to be you have to be able to put 10 hours a day into it because it's not just like you practicing. It's like also like stuff that you have to do with your team at the same time. So you have your individual practice, you practice with the team, the study of the game that you do, also, and just like talking about the game. Like it's just so all consuming that you need so much time to do it properly because it's a really complex game. And people don't give it enough credit, I think, for how complex this game is. There's like so much decision making going on all the time, stuff that you actually take for granted. Like, do I stand here or do I stand over here? And there's like a difference, right, at certain points in the round, or the positioning of certain engagements, or how far away you are from teammates. Like really simple things. They're all it's all decision making. In fact, actually, one thing that people take for granted is movement. Actually, so for example, if you look at any professional player, every way that they move is going to be optimized based on the kinds of angles and engagements they're going to want to take. What you'll find is loads of people they have really inefficient movement. That's like really common. You see that in every FPS game. So that's like one thing that again people take for granted because they just they practice, and they kind of get these good habits, and they're just things that they build into their heuristics and they don't really think about it. But it's a complex game.
Loads of plebs cuss me out for my movement in the game.
I guess there's also literal movement, like your ability to jump, effectively land certain jumps and stuff like that, or bunnying and stuff.
I wouldn't go that far. I just think it's just general moving around. But then that's not really you say someone will tweet me around. They'll be like, your movement is terrible. Like, what can I do with that? That doesn't help. That's not information. What does that mean? Doesn't mean anything.
Because it's really interesting actually with the movement thing because how you decide to move around, it's interesting because it's not as simple as it sounds because the way you're moving all the time, you make the choice to move in certain ways because of things that you think might happen or things that could happen or things that based on your teammates, like what flashes do they want to throw for you or all these things. So it's your movement is actually a really complex thing. It's actually a really complex thing, and it takes a long time to build really solid movement and have very good positioning all the time.
So I increased my I've had quite an interesting journey, I would say, in the last year with my sensitivity and just mice and keyboards and, well, not keyboards, but mouse pads, rather.
You should change your mousing style. I still think you need to do that.
We'll leave that for a second. And basically, I lowered my sensitivity until I got to the point where I wasn't overshooting when I was trying to aim at someone. But then playing Overwatch basically gave me RSI in both arms because my sensitivity was so low, but also it was too low. And you could see an example like that time at the Cologne Major where Moses jumped down on Cash and I failed to kill him. Because I play my wrist on the end of the mouse pad. I have a massive mouse pad like that, but my wrist is normally down here unless I'm warping. So it was in a really awkward position where I couldn't readjust it to shoot it properly. That's why it looks so stupid. But I've put my sensitivity back to where it used to be. So it's gone from 0.9 to 1.15, but I put my zoom sensitivity ratio at 0.79, so it essentially stays the same at 0.9, if that makes any sense. So for those of you at home who don't know, your zoom sensitivity ratio will be 1 by default, and that basically changes your sensitivity when you're scoped in. If I'm not mistaken, I think Guardian has a custom zoom sensitivity ratio. I don't know how many other people do who AWP, but I'm fairly sure that he does.
Yeah, field of view effectively changes your sense space.
But mine is I kept mine the same, and it's been like that for a week, I would say. But it's definitely much better for me. So
I don't think this game is happening, James, if I'm honest. I just saw Pronax try to connect again, and he got the error again.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, you can see.
Your Steam... Oh, no, he's got something else going on there, which I'm sure...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that can be fixed, so...
Yeah,
It's a good day of games for GODSENT, it has to be said. We were almost back on track.
Yeah, and
we were almost back on track.
And if you were doing favors
it was
for
like
schedule.
It was like five minutes past, and the last game had ended, and now we're 5 rounds in, and it's almost quarter 2. So that's interesting. Pronax is having the time of his life trying to connect to the server. I remember, was it last year? It must have been last year, then when VAC authentication errors were just like all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know what causes it actually. Like, I don't know that anyone knows. I mean,
well, sometimes like if you have 2 computers on one IP, like let's say a guy and a girl who live together, trying to connect to a server, they have to change. One has to change the port that they connect from. Otherwise, the first person on will block the second person from being able to connect to the server. Yeah, that's something that can happen. So, like people who are all like in a team house or something may have to do that as well, which is interesting. Anyway, what were you saying about my mouse style?
Your technique. Yeah, you should change it.
I should play
because
like this on a arm.
One thing I can say is like, if you for example, if you're playing tennis, right, and you want to hit the ball, let's say you know the ball's coming here, you want to do a forehand, but sometimes what if you're standing here and the ball's coming there? You know, you want to do a backhand, right? So you have to change your technique effectively for the situation at hand. And it's similar for mousing as well. Like, not all people need to do it. Depends on, because people tend to like, you know, gripping a mouse in a certain way, like certain, you know, friction and stuff like that. But some people are going to have very low sensitivities where they're going to be much more arm dominant. Some people are going to be preferring higher sensitivities where they're much more wrist precision. And that's just like 2 different techniques. But if you're kind of in the middle, it can get a bit weird because I have this problem where like I want to do both basically, but I had to like, for like you, for example, I was always using just wrist. And actually, I got RSI at a point as well because I lowered it too much, and I was just doing that. But if you actually like learn multiple techniques and just put yourself in a posture where you can utilize multiple techniques based on what you're trying to do, like for example, you need less precision for tracking. If you're doing tracking aim, you're just like you flick to a target and then you're just tracking them. Then I changed the way that I mouse for that. I use more arm. I like changed how my hand is on the actual mouse pad itself. I like take the wrist off because if you're wrist aiming, your wrist is like generally on the pad, and you kind of pivot with the wrist, which limits your ability to turn much more wide. But if you remove the butt of your wrist from the pad, you're able to then use more of your arm, so you can use more of the mouse pad, and you can have more turning, which means you have less tension on the mouse. Because for example, like it's the same thing when you're like exhausting your voice, you're running out of breath. You get to a point where your words start to like. You kind of start messing up your words because you don't have enough breath. It's the same thing, you like lose range of motion. So when you're getting to the edge of tracking that opponent, if you're still wrist aiming, you don't have the range to do it properly. So your aim gets terrible and you start gripping the mouse more. But if you're just tracking with a better technique, you can just track for days. And it's like smooth. So it like really depends, I think, what you're trying to do and your sensitivities. And you can learn those different techniques. Like one thing that's really cool was like the old Russian style, where they have like keyboard on lap, and they actually sit on the desk like this, and they mouse like this, which like looks really weird, but it's actually very good for your posture because they can like lean, because they get right into the desk, and they're kind of leaning back a little bit, which is good for your posture, like good for your back health, and at the same time they've got like their shoulder is perfectly supported, and they have all the arm, but they can also use wrist, so they can like use all the different techniques.
Yeah, so, Rafa plays like that.
Yeah.
So for those of you who watch Overwatch, you can see him. There's always a camera like on a LAN of Rafa because his style is very, very different to everyone else's.
Kula used to play like that as well, but he actually switched back to more of a normal style. Sturmy, who's I don't know if he's really known in the CS community. I guess he's not, is he?
He's our chief gaming officer.
Yeah, he's basically like the fatality of Italy, more or less. He's probably one of the most successful FPS players of all time, I guess. Like if you look at all of his success in all the multiple games that he's played, he's like one of the best FPS players. No one tell him I said that, please. no one tell him I said that. But he actually plays like kind of like James does, where he's a similar style of mousing, but he actually plays much deeper into the desk. His mouse is actually behind the monitor, and he uses his entire arm, or he has the option to use his entire arm.
He's like that, right?
But you're kind of like stuck with your arm kind of like here, and you're using a lot of wrist.
Yeah, I'm using almost two styles, I'd say. Like if I don't even know what it. I think I'm not even consciously thinking about what determines it. Like if I'm AWPing, my arm's going to be like, my wrist's going to be deeper into the table. And it depends on the style of AWPing I'm doing as well.
I think you're also like a big dude, so it's like hard for you to like get a good comfortable fit on a desk, probably, because you're massive.
I want to get one of those desks where you can bring the level up and down.
That's awesome,
I currently play on a bureau as well, which doesn't help. So everything is a mess. When I finally get rid of that, then you know what, I'll be a much better gamer.
Why don't you get rid of the bureau already? Get like a €40 desk from IKEA. That would be good as well.
No, I want the electric one. I want the one that goes up and down.
You must spend £1,000.
They have those in the Twitch office, yeah. But well, you know me, I like to spend all my money and have
the cash.
And have
How much
no money
are
left.
they? How much are those desks? Because I have no idea.
I don't know actually. I was looking. I think it was MK. Is it called MKBHD? That dude on YouTube.
I've never even
reviewed everything.
One.
There's different qualities of one, but it's the good quality one. I can't remember. But I do want to get one of those at one point. If you have one, let us know. Send us pictures.
Will you get a treadmill
In fact,
as well?
just send us pictures of your desks. A treadmill.
Yeah, so like.
Oh right, because you can stand and walk in them.
Walking desk.
No.
That's what some people call it. Some people call them walking desks because
Yeah. I'm not cool enough to do that. I mean, like, what if you want to sit down? You have to move an entire treadmill out of the way. Like, that's just some. I bet there's some idiot out there who's doing that, but it's not me. We're back into the match. Welcome back, Mr. Pronax. Right then, we were on Dust 2. NiP are 4 rounds to the 1. GODSENT economy has just been reset. They've gone for the force buy with 2 scouts and 3 pistols.
I know this game. It's been a while, but
I've seen this game before.
But yeah, we're back. So this is Forrest playing mid was he was kind of the guy giving opportunities yesterday with some interesting aggressions. But that said, it was KGB who was up against, and KGB was kind of abusing him. Whether GODSENT have something similar to in JW, we'll have to see. And you can see that Forrest just wants to face it. He's still facing with he's got 20 HP against multiple players. Definitely going to die. Just still facing though. That's what he loves, James. He wants to kill everyone.
We don't see enough double stacks on the corner there, looking over the mid doors. It's always fun when you see that.
Oh, from the T's, you mean?
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Do you remember back in the days though when the CTs would be boosting over? Back in the days.
Yeah, I don't like the Noah stack, which is the CT one. I thought you were talking about that, but no.
No. Over the tops of the doors on the CT side, those days were amusing. Oh, he hits 2! Lecro creeping back in. Oh, he should be dead. He should be dead. He should be dead, Pit. Not going to get a snap on this occasion. Friberg with a nice spray control. And Lecro will indeed be finished off. Where did get all these nice knives from? I know Henry G gave him some knives.
Of course he did.
Well, my knives, Henry G.
The thing is as well, like, again, if you look at that round, this I guess, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if any, someone disagrees with me, but I feel like Forrest is like just wanting to peek until he dies there is really suboptimal, but because they won the round with 4 players, that's pretty sick. And now they should win this round as well with at least 4 players. So NiP are really building a lot of money. Forrest coming in to help. Oh, now he can get his eco frag. So 1 player's died to the PT50 work, and now we've got Forrest just tapping away at the rest very confidently, very calmly, and that's the 6-1 there for NiP. So now the buy comes in from GODSENT, and this is where I'm very curious. Ooh. Oh.
I thought that said ass.
They've actually been buying sprays, James.
They said ace. I got drops of sprays today, but because my config is read only, I don't even have a bind for the sprays. So there we go. 1, 2, 6 between these 2 sides. GODSENT back on the buy. Standard setup for the time being. Will they be? That smoke is going to long doors. I think that's a Bardolph smoke, I mean, other people throw similar smokes, but that's exactly how I smoke it. Ironically. But what did he do to Bardolph Molotov then? That's the mining Molotov on Dust 2. Show me a better Molotov, I dare you. Ooh, I like it. The smokes onto both corners, inside middle doors. Allows them to go for a peek if they want to. Have a butcher's hook. Cockney rhyming slang for have a look.
Ooh, sneaky stuff from Pyth. That's actually really nice. It's a nice little addition to that play, but does get punished on the drop. Friberg there to trade. 4 versus 3. Very smart from Friberg. He can try to just hold long, wait for his teammates to get into a position, then they can all attack together. Also, some of the grenades that have been set down, like the smoke there, will go away, so his life will be easier by this play. This is good stuff, but Catwalk is still under control. There's no challenge there by the CTs. Interestingly, Forest is waiting still for the flank. It's not coming though. Finally, Forest is going to help out. Nice taps from Friberg. Xizt chiming in as well. And now pronax is very, very screwed in this position. Flashing over, he has to kill everyone. Friberg with a good round here. I think Friberg started off the first map really cold, but just like looking at his aiming, like how I know his aim to be. So good to see that he's feeling it a little bit better in Dust 2, especially after that delay, that massive, humongous, enormous delay.
Big ass delay. 6th round lead for NiP. GODSENT going for the 4th buy. Yes, they've got 5 AKs, but they have next to no utility whatsoever. A flashbang, a smoke grenade. 3 players and long for NiP to start with. Got Xizt and Forest. Are they going to go for a B push? I get the impression. Okay, they were close to the tunnel entrance, but in fact, no. pronax, nice opening onto the A long area. Now, on the plus side for NiP, pyth is towards long. Ooh, get right with 2-man spray down. That's a problem for GODSENT. Bomb still over towards the B bomb site. Just dueling in the middle area now. And that may be what GODSENT wants. That may be the advantage for them. 2 AWPs still in play for NiP. Not sure if GODSENT realized this. There's the first one. I was going to say, didn't get a chance earlier, that pyth being on the site with the AWP was very key for NiP. Nice angle there being held by znajder, and flusha should shut down the round. All but, perhaps, because pyth is still to rotate. Now what do you do, pyth? How do you make your way through this? Going for some pre-fires. Will znajder be holding the window angle, or will he just stay safely inside the site? pyth's got $8,000 in the bank here, and the team have loads of cash. It might be that they don't want to potentially give an AWP to the GODSENT side, but it looks like he's going to go for the save.
Yeah, I feel like in this spot, he probably thinks that, as you say, he doesn't want to give an AWP away, but at the same time, I think with that smoke down, he probably feels like it's too... The chances for him to win the round are so low that it just does not justify going for it. If that smoke's not down, I'm fairly sure he's going to go for it, but because of that smoke, they can position in so many spots, and his life is very, very uncertain.
It's suicide.
Yeah, like I really like that, just because he realizes it's a very, very low percentage play, and now he keeps the AWP. He makes a sound economic decision, and as you say, doesn't give an AWP away, because GODSENT, they can't really afford them, so not yet at least. So I think that's a really nice play by pyth there.
Looking at the money left over as well, one player I think had around 8k left over, so there's potentially still a buy in NiP were they to lose this round. So maybe it's that as well. Maybe it's advanced mathematics. Friberg going for a push in a long area, but there are 2 waiting for him. pronax taken down. Sorry, just pronax in fact. Forest taken down in no man's land. That's going to leave Xizt on his lonesome towards B bomb site. And this is going to be a shutout round for NiP, it looks like. Almost everybody getting caught. pyth and Get Right heavily tagged. Saving may be difficult. But again, I think they will be in a position to buy even if they get wiped out in this round. Could this be the comeback trail for GODSENT?
It's either that or they get crushed, especially if they lose a couple players trying to go for the frags and NiP save the guns, which is possible. Get Right gets the first one, but he's now spotted. He tries to reposition. pyth was supposed to cover him. He tried, but he goes down, meaning that everything, the stack of cards falls down. And 7-3 is the score. But as you say, there's another buy in store for NiP, and a lot of it is because pyth saved that AWP, to be honest. And it's not just the fact that they can buy. It's the fact that they can buy with AWPs. That really makes a big difference. And again, it really shows that he made a sound decision. And we got a fast rush into B.
Yes, we do, and Xizt is alone. He does not have Forest close, but Forest can throw a flash over the wall for him, doing exactly that. That's going to allow that's going to buy some time for the CT side, but that time will soon run out. JW positioning with an off angle. He's going to the outside as well. That's going to be hard to check, but NiP charging straight through GODSENT's. Sorry, GetRight's made his way through the door. Wondering where everybody is at the moment. There's the first one. Looking for JW. Not going to get his AWP out in time. That's pronax, last man standing. The retake is real. GetRight straight through the smoke. The key man for the side will take the lead, extend the lead for NiP. 5 rounds now.
That's pretty good going if you consider that they survived with 3 players and they only got 2 kills on the defense, the initial defense with the B players, and they managed to not lose anybody on the retake. That's kind of huge, and you can see that their money's still pretty stretched anyway, and they're going to be on 2 AWPs now. So NiP, it'll be interesting to see what they can do with these and whether they get aggressive or not. So far, we haven't really seen much risk taking from them, much aggression. They are mostly waiting for the play from GODSENT to make a play. And I think that's a good approach overall. I think that's going to work out for them. Although I think we're getting to territory, like if they win this round, I think against the next buy round of GODSENT, we should see aggression from a mix-up perspective, and because they'll have the economy to serve as a buffer to allow them to change the pace and take that risk. And is there picking to be had here? Nice flash from Forest. Oh wow, what a play that is.
2 men down in quick succession for the GODSENT side. flusha and Lecro over towards short, but the bomb's top mid, which means someone has to go back and get it. And Xizt is going to pick off Lecro at exactly the right time. I think Lecro was on his way to get the bomb, so things go from bad to terrible for GODSENT. znajder picked off as well. And there goes flusha. NiP had some difficult times, but now they win a round where they don't lose a single player. 2 AWPs in tow as well. All good in the hood for them. Meanwhile, GODSENT are down to... I really wish I knew what that disgusting paste that Swedish people eat from wartime is. Obviously, their parents will make them eat it now, so they get used to it, because you never know when wartime's coming back. But it's super gross. I bought it once, and I was disgusted. No offense. Forest doesn't want to get caught out. Oh man, the 1-tap. No armor on these players. There goes pronax as well. Everything's just dandy. It's just dandy for this team, Dan. Dandy.
Dandy Dan. That's true. I mean, one of the scary things is that Forest is basically getting everything that he wants. That's not a good situation. That was basically, like, the fact that Forest couldn't do this was what allowed for Dignitas to basically do a massive comeback that should never really have happened. It felt like kind of a throw from NiP, but it was Dignitas being able to kind of outplay Forest in certain spots, and sometimes that's going to happen. But then you get games like this and the last one where Forest is on 17 kills and he gets increasing amounts of confidence and he can just make loads of plays. So it's going to be a quick push into A long for GODSENT. Early map control, that's always good to see. As far as good to see goes, I have to see whether or not GODSENT can now convert from this map control, because again, you force a response. I'm quite curious how much damage this auto sniper is going to do, like regardless of GODSENT. But usually in this spot, you want GODSENT to push catwalk, because if the CTs will usually be there, and it's very hard for them to take the engagements if you use the correct grenades. But actually, that said, GODSENT don't have any nades, so I feel like GODSENT's at a really big disadvantage right now from that perspective.
Turn my mic on when I want to talk. So we've got still got two CTs over towards the A area, but they're going to be vulnerable now to long where flusha's pushing. But first it'll be pronax on short. Pit's got to be careful now. He's got very little in the word of protection. That's a lovely shot onto Necro. But again, flusha is creeping, but all his team have gone down now. Maybe his push has come in too late, at least for this round. Pit emerging through the top of the smoke. I'm not sure he wants to go back to that well. Forest doesn't have a flashbang to support his teammate. Pit doesn't have one either. So there's no flash peek from these two CTs, but there is a gap in the smoke. That'll be enough for Forest. Pit to get the last one. znajder taking it straight in the face.
Poor Xizt. Doesn't get to shoot his auto sniper already. But Friberg, as I mentioned, he's been doing really well in the Dust, on the Dust 2 compared with the first map, which is always good to see. And you know, it's interesting as well because like Friberg's explosiveness is what can really allow NiP to do a lot of work on the T side. So that's something I'll be looking forward to. That said, they might not even have many T side rounds to play if they continue on this fashion. So this is just a default here from GODSENT, and NiP are playing a very passive 2-on-2 kind of approach, and Forest is basically allowing right now for NiP to play 2 players on long for an extended period, just because he has the info on middle. But the problem is that again this is where all the stack of cards could start tumbling down. If Forest gets picked, then NiP have a lot of problems, and you can see that he wants to take these fights. So he could have easily died there, and so he gets the kill in the end, but he also got the information.
That would have been quite the shot. Who's going to go back first? Oh! Got the tag as well, but the scout straight in the head. JW delivers. Can they get the bomb down? Can the gauntlet run be real? flusha with a jumping shot as well from the scout. Still possible. Top of the arc. Forest. We've seen some clutches from him in the first map. So far, so good.
James, he's got 14 health. There's surely no way.
Smoke as well. Oh, flusha. Is he going to be holding the corner? I mean, he can almost let Lekro peek first and then just come for a jumping, like, trade frag or something. But the jumping, Forest, he's timing it. He's timing it. He's timing it. He's so smart. He's so smart. Oh, he thought he had to kill. I really wanted to see. I don't know if flusha jumped down by accident or randomly or what, but you could see Forest heard the sound cue. He's like, okay, I'm going to wait till you land. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to emerge from the smoke. Then I'm going to shoot you in the face. He was going for the hero play, but it wasn't to be on this occasion.
It's quite funny how scary Forest is, even on 14 HP on a 1 or 2 clutch after plant like that. But yeah, ultimately, you know, NiP went in with the big advantage in that round. It's kind of, it's I guess sad for them that they weren't able to compound that with a good defense. Like the players on A just kind of missed their shots. Like Pit didn't even get like flashed off. Pit should be able to get more done there in most cases, but I guess JW had a scout, so never mind. I mean, can they do better on the pistol? Good start with an aggressive setup. Taps coming in, looking bad here for NiP. But there's 2 players left. Can they save this?
Pronax around the smoke. That smoke may save NiP for the time being. 2 players on short. No push coming in from B at present. Forest. He's never going to check Schneider's position, surely. Lekro coming out from the cover. He'll get shot in the head. Is Forest going to check? Oh! Forest! Yeah, he was never going to do it. The bait was real. Condition the brain. No one else is here. Nobody's here. Xizt has opportunity for 1 versus 1s, although you do wonder if pronax is holding an off angle. You can stand behind a box and look towards the window. Now the shot has been made. Indeed, pronax just being a trade frag. Schneider, of course, speaking first with all of 3 HP. flusha to close out the round. So, pistol, a desperate pistol won by GODSENT. I mean, this was a terrible half. Well, the previous half was terrible for them. So, they definitely need that good lead, the good starts in this one.
I knew it. NiP going to go for the force. Well, actually, they get the bomb down, so it's not exactly very prophetic. But, but basically, I would expect them to just go for, oh man, this is not normally the round that you'd see the CTs doing this. Normally they do it when the opposition doesn't have Kevlar or helmets. That's when you rush up mid. But GODSENT are doing it maybe just because they want to be unpredictable. But NiP, they have Tech 9s. They've got a bunch of kills here. There's a real chance for them to win the round despite Forest and Friberg being low. And one of the reasons for that is because they could just, you know, for dumb luck, find a way to get onto a bomb site and get a 2 versus 1, a trade kind of situation. Lekro will spot the cross. Needs to get a bullet connected. They're so low. He's the one getting tanked, though. Oh my god. How is Forest... Why is... James, Forest is facing there with 14 health. Lekro gets hit like 5 times by Forest. Doesn't hit Forest once. That's insane.
He's got a 3K so far as well. But I guess Lekro's entire body would have been showing flusha can clean this up quite easily, and indeed he will. Indeed he will. I don't know what was going on just there. Five rounds between these two sides. Man, that was, yeah, Forest is, I mean, considering NiP have 4 games to eventually play today, we'll get there in the end. This is, he is playing really well at the moment. But again, GODSENT just about on the comeback trail after a difficult anti-force by Lecro running out of bullets, but he's got support. Bomb may not get planted here. That burst fire is dangerous. It was nerfed oh so long ago. Speaking of changes to the game, I saw a video that was like a fly-through of Overpass, showing all the changes as the fly-through continued smoothly, which was a really sick video. But I mean, it's gone through such an evolution. VAC authentication error, goodbye.
I'm so sad.
It's gone through. I'm not. We can talk, Dan. It's been a while since we were just talking.
I see you every day, James.
Oh dear. I mean, we could get Janko here instead if you want. We could just literally. I could just walk off the camera. All right, if you'd rather talk to him.
You can talk to him.
I'm sure
he'd love to talk to you. He loves talking to you, James.
Can you pass me that tape? I want to do some taping.
What tape? Oh, this.
The big roll. This tape. So you can entertain the people over there.
With what?
I don't know. Hey, Producer Reese, do you think we can procure that last video? Is it even ready yet? I don't know. Okay, Producer Reese is going to procure a video for you guys if we can get it set up in time, because normally VAC authentication error.
It's like 10 minutes, right?
Takes 10 minutes, yeah. So, oh, okay. I think he was using a different Steam account. So, JW says he's changing to his own Steam account. But I mean, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, how far behind are we? We're like an hour behind now-ish, I think.
We'll probably end up being 20, 25 minutes behind.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
it's not an hour behind, no.
The third game's supposed to start now.
It is.
We're only 18 rounds into this game.
Yeah.
So technically only halfway, potentially.
So
it's 7-11
minutes.
So I guess so, unless there's more delays. I had more tape as well, actually.
You want some tape?
Yeah.
There's some tape for you.
Thank you.
We're taping things to the table because our audio cables, if you have audio cables and they rest on power cables, then you can get electrical interference, like a buzzing sound, essentially. So we're taping our cables, so they're not touching the power cables. That's what we're doing right now. So if you are just joining us, well, firstly, we're taping cables, but also it is currently GODSENT with 7 rounds, NiP with 11 rounds. Who won the first pistol? Oh yeah, that was NiP in brutal fashion. So hasn't been a good day for GODSENT just yet. Let's roll the video. Wait, what are you doing? Wait. Let's ask. Why don't we? I think what we should do is ask the players if they want to watch a video on the stream while we wait for pronax to reconnect. Then if they're happy to do that, then we can roll the whole video, just in case he's back in like a minute.
How long is it? I think it's 2.5 minutes.
I don't know how long it is actually.
I'm fairly sure it's 2.5 minutes.
Producer should tell us how long the video is. That's what we should do.
I don't know that he will do.
Okay, we're going to roll the video. We've got a new video for you. It's the next challenge in James versus Dan. Check it out.
Meditation. Staying open that face.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame. Basking in. Oh, gentlemen, how you doing? Wasn't expecting you guys so early. Yeah, sorry. Meditating, you know. Ladies love that. Anyway, in this segment of James versus Dan, I've got something very special for you guys. Dan, can you take the red bag? James, take the blue bag. I see you gentlemen in a bit. This is gonna be fun. Guys, what have I told you about being on the KFC diet? Dan?
I like you. I think you're cruel.
Baby King diet?
He looks great. I don't know what you're talking about.
You feel great? You moving fast?
Oh, I feel amazing.
Oh, well, big up yourselves. You guys need a big up. As you know, I take sumo very seriously. And this time, we got the whole sumo community watching. You got greats like Rikishi, E Honda, Yokozuna. So there's no pressure at all. The rules are simple, gents. It's the best out of 3. Whoever gets pushed out loses the round. So gentlemen, let's battle, baby. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I don't know how my life came to this point, but sure.
This is the Sumo Suit Challenge. Yay! Warriors.
He's on the mat, he's cheating, he's cheating.
What? I said get off the mat.
Oh. I said get off the mat.
Serious. It's serious now. It's serious business now. Sumo Suit Challenge, baby. Warriors, are you ready? Take your positions. Round 1, fight! It's a close one. It's a close one. It's a close one. James is getting back up. Dan's on his booty. It's a little bit too much booty. Oh, what James is trying to do, some Eddie Gordo capoeira here. What's going on here? Dan's got the advantage, but he's not taking him down.
Help me up!
Oh, he's trying to push him over. Tight first round, guys. Tight first round. It's anyone's round. The advantage is definitely with James with the weight, but he's definitely playing a disadvantage at the moment. He can't seem to get up. I told you to lay off those donuts.
But I'm in primary school.
Okay, Dan's gonna let him back out. No, he's not gonna. Oh, is this gonna be a reversal? Oh, Neely, a reversal. This is like Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor. This is like Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Oh, what's going on here? A resurgence from James Bardolph. Oh, he's trying to do a Ryu throw. Fails miserably. What's going on here? Okay, they're kicking each other. This is getting a bit violent. Okay, James, he's getting back to his feet. His mic's come off as well. This is serious. Round 1 goes to James Bardolph. Round 2, fight! Round 2 goes to James. Fatality. Ladies and gentlemen, your Sumo Suit Challenge winner, the one, the only, James Bardolph. Well, champ, you started off slow, but you seemed to pull it back. What was your strategy?
I was on the floor a lot, then I stood up, and then I won. That's about it. Although Dan as well, he kind of dived in front of me, so I took the sidestep, the second sidestep, and then it was good to go. He sailed through the air though, it was beautiful.
Like a swan, you said?
Like a swan.
Like a swan, and swans are beautiful.
They can be.
Commiserations, Dan. Unlucky, you tried your hardest. What was your strategy going into that second round?
Well, I know he has like a very big weight advantage, so I knew that I couldn't just straight grapple this guy. So I did something spectacular, very telegraphed, but I committed all the way nonetheless. And you know, no surprise for me, but I'll be back.
Well, anyway, guys, this has been James versus Dan. It's been exciting, that's for sure. One more time for your winner, James, the worst geef ever, Bardolph. Yay!
Can't believe they took our clothes and my glasses.
These suits are hot, man. Really hot.
Do you think we exceed the maximum weight of the lift? There's a chance we do.
I could roll you down the stairs.
I could roll you downstairs.
Yeah, that's true. This is not working, is it?
Right, press the button. Where is it?
back to the show. So I think the current score, James versus Dan now, is 3-1 to James.
I was never winning the sumo. You weigh like 30 kilograms more than me, so
yeah.
never winning that one.
That's true. Yeah. But then I guess I was never winning the cycling.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you had the smaller.
The archery was what should have made the
guess as well.
difference, but
Yeah. But in fairness, I had done archery before, and there we go. Anyway, Pronax is back on the server now. Oh, let us know what you think about that on Twitter or whatever. You know, send us mail if you, whatever. Pronax is back. 11-7 is the score. NiP versus GODSENT. If you are wondering, Pronax is currently enjoying VAC authentication errors, which is part of the reason why there is currently a big-ass delay.
it's massive, this delay.
It is.
It's enormous.
It's a big delay. It's a large delay, but the game should be with us very shortly indeed. So we've got 5 AKs for NiP. GODSENT, it's the 4th round of the second half. They still have their kind of anti-eco weapons. So we've got the SMGs coming out, the MP9, the UMP. And right then, off we go.
It's time. It's time, James. It's time for Counter-Strike again. But I don't get too attached to it. Oh my god. Okay. All right then. God, JW, he sees. Oh my god, what? James, what's going on? They're all dead.
What just happened? What just happened?
Oh my god. Please replay everything.
I literally have no idea what just happened.
Any more tape, James?
Okay, so that's how it started. That wasn't a good idea, Friberg. Oh, man. He just ran up for the last one as well.
I guess that's the thing. He's doing it again, James, because he's JW.
Yeah.
Because
This
he's
is like
JW.
do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, okay. There's your warning shot. There's your warning shot.
Is this what we're going to see now? Is it just going to be JW running around killing everyone? Because I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. How do you feel?
Yeah, this is perfectly fine. Love me some AWP. Some AVP. Pronax taken down towards the long area. flusha will be rotating towards the side. Just the 1 AK onto NiP at present, onto Forest. 3 players moving up long. flusha may be in for a nasty surprise. No support towards a shorter position. Holding a nice off angle, not expecting a second play there. Still alive for the time being. Continuation spray will do the job, leaving Forest alone versus 3. Though Forest may be the last person you want in this situation at the moment. He's playing out of his skin. First man down, second one. Too much to ask on this occasion.
All right, so it's going to have to be JW that stops this. If he can hit that form, keep putting AWPs in his hands, as long as he has the economy to do so. But Forest has 27 kills. There's like if this becomes a prolonged affair, we could maybe see like a 40 bomb from Forest. That would be amazing. JW's going for it. But the thing is that they surely would expect this from JW. Like, he is so much of a momentum player. Like, if he starts hitting the shots, he's going to keep trying to take as many shots as he can and put himself in the position to do so. Oh, I was afraid.
Oh, man. Oh, did he just tag Xizt? No. No, he's in low tunnel. Well then, let's see if NiP are just going to be completely distracted by this madness from JW in middle area. Got support from znajder as well. Everyone is pretty much in mid for NiP, so it seems JW has their attention. Pop flash comes in. Xizt tries to clean Xizt out, but he's crab walking. The walk is crabbing.
It's crab-like.
And the crab is walking.
Crab people.
Oh, this has been undetected. Oh, he's been seen now, but JW finally gets taken down regardless. There is a player by the window where there was, which is Lecro. There he is. Oh man, wrong place, wrong time. Xizt now. It's his turn to do lots of damage. 3 players left for the CT side.
So they're really trying to step things up now. Both teams Xizt on the entry. Oh, that was gorgeous. Very, very clean snap there from Xizt to take down znajder. This rotation's very far away. It's probably a save. I would be surprised if they go for this. What's their money like? They must be without any money at all. They are actually okay. They're pretty okay, especially with this save. They're going to be very, very finally off. I kind of, because we've had so many breaks, I kind of forgot that they have won so many rounds.
5 rounds in a row. They are catching, I mean, that pistol round was crucial for them. And they are catching all the way up with this.
The T side was where NiP had a really good game yesterday, so perhaps they're going to be bringing that. Now they have some guns and money to play with. It's going to be quite cool to see what's going to happen. Because if JW is just running around like a maniac, getting early picks, that is going to be quite hard for NiP to deal with. Because Dignitas don't really have, I guess, you know, taking that as a sample size or like as an example of NiP's Dust 2 form very recently. Dignitas don't really have a JW. No one has a JW. Xizt had a really good round here. This is so cool.
No one has a JW is a very true in terms of style. Speaking of JW, oh, he was bouncing along short, but he got flashed on the way there. NiP down on utility. Pronax caught blind in no man's land, and that's where he will lay. We'll see a short push again from GODSENT in response to losing long. They only have the one AWP though, and they would probably benefit from it being on the A site, looking down long as pyth was in a previous CT round for NiP. How far will he go though? Friberg. Oh, the timing for both players. Someone is surely going to get caught out. Oh man, can you imagine? They may think it's safe. They may think everything is perfectly fine. Pop flash comes in. Oh, JW moves away. He knows that his chance has come and gone, but he's still not going to go home. Going back to the well one too many times. Now flusha is in a nasty spot. No frags for GODSENT just yet. znajder wondering what's going on the boost position, and this may be a save for GODSENT.
One thing that's really good for NiP, and obviously very bad for GODSENT, is that I would say f0rest is at some points and in his career has been one of the best Dust 2 T-side AWPers, and he's really, really good oftentimes at negating the aggression of other AWPers. Exactly the angle top mid that we saw from him to take down JW, those peaks. Obviously, he's got the better peak because he's further away from the edge, meaning that JW's body's going to be exposed first there. So f0rest is always going to see him. You can see, actually, because we saw it from JW's perspective, f0rest saw a lot more of JW there and had more time to take the shot. So, of course, you get the advantage there. But generally, f0rest is very consistent at diffusing aggression. But that is I mean, oh my... Wow.
Well, this round might be over quickly, Dan. That's my...
I can't wait to see that second shot.
Summation.
Again, in replay.
The bomb is in T-spawn at present.
James, I think we should request a percentage slowdown. I want 25% slowdown on that one.
I think there's a wheel down. I think they can do it.
Yeah.
I think it can be the speed of the thumb. Revolutions per second. 0.2 revolutions per second.
This is the first one.
Shot number 1. That's
okay,
so
standard.
fast.
That's fairly standard though. This one is just like... Just what? How... The guy's not even on the screen. So
it's not just f0rest who's having a good day at the office, but JW is fighting for the title of most dangerous man post-Trump election.
I think Trump is the most dangerous man.
That is also true, potentially.
So defaults from NiP, basically. I got some thinking about aggression in Upper Dark. Okay, no, they're not. I thought they were for a second because we saw znajder kind of edging up, but they're going to go back. Double AWP for the CT side. So if we look at this, the weakness, I suppose one of the weaknesses is that it's very easy for NiP to gain cat control. It's very easy for them to gain control of mid. They don't, like NiP GODSENT have a very long rotation to B. Those are some of the weaker points of their setup. Obviously the double AWPs as well, quite susceptible to being smoked away. I mean, NiP, you have to expect they have smokes, the smokes and the flashes and molotovs at all the positions. flusha forced out of his spot on catwalk. If NiP go for the set piece onto A, we should see... Okay, they don't have the nades. They don't have any nades, James. This is awkward for NiP. They probably have to go for the fast B split. The single smoke used on the CT spawn area.
That's very curious. That's a very curious angle. flusha with a 2K from one bullet, and this round has fallen apart for NiP. What just happened?
Well, I don't know how much utility they had at the start of the round, but they left themselves with no utility, essentially, and then they're like, what do we do now? We have to peek it, because if you have no utility and you're running into double orbs, you're probably you should be losing that round. So tough times there for NiP.
Oh, JW getting mad, Lario. Missing the swipe, the moving swipe, always a nice one, satisfying one to hit. This is just a Glock train. The train is most definitely hitting the brakes right now. Or the stoppers, whatever they're called. At the end of a train platform. The buffers. All right then, NiP. You were looking good in the first half, but now you're looking somewhat hideous, somewhat decrepit,
Grotesque.
haggard. All 5 Ts moving towards the B bomb site. I was raging at people for doing this earlier when I was playing. Myself. But they have intent, they have purpose, and that purpose is B. And they're charging in despite being flashbanged. Lovely stuff from them. Needs to continue going through the smoke from both sides. Lekro's just waiting to find out what's going on. He's got Znajder close as well. Pop flash is coming in from the teammates, and the Ts are falling down one after another. There goes Lekro, but the rotation has come in for the CTs. Get Right has got a new AK. 2 places fine, looks the wrong way. Taken out in the back of the head, 13-13.
Yeah, Lekro, the thing is, if you can't get rid of this player very quickly and you can't get wider positions, it's always going to be troublesome, isn't it? He did really well there waiting for the pop flash. And there seemed to be like a moment, like a few seconds, where they were stuck around this initial smoke and they couldn't gain ground more like forward to trade Lekro, basically, to trade onto Lekro. That seemed to be the problem there. And now this is where the mid rush is okay. When the opponents don't have any Kevlar and you can, like, you have a much higher chance of just spraying them all down because of the aim punch factor, basically. And the fact that they won't have helmets as well is always nice. So it's really hard to say who's going to win this match from this point forward. I mean, obviously, GODSENT have the economy advantage, and NiP haven't really shown that they have an answer at all. And it's weird that we haven't seen a Molotov set piece onto the A site. That's something that NiP kind of innovated as far as they were the ones that got the Molotov for the position, the headshot position, which is so painful to deal with without the Molotov. They have a utility to do it. I'd be surprised if they don't go to that. And if GODSENT go for this push, this is so good. This is so smart. If they can get a pick off before NiP can run a play, that is going to really send NiP into disarray. I fear for them.
JW thrives in chaos. Perhaps he is chaos. Choosing to go towards T-spawn as opposed to the lower tunnel, maybe a wise decision. We'll see that nobody is top mid. And oh boy, there is going to be a clash of the Titans here on the short A position. Xizt going all over the place with his crosshair. And JW is wondering what has become of his team. And now the element of surprise is almost irrelevant. Lekro going to run distraction from the lower area, trying to stop the bomb from going down, trying to buy time for his teammate who's moving through long, but he's not there fast enough. Down goes Get Right. Got to spot Xizt in no man's land. Lovely tracking there. 2 more to find though.
Yeah, definitely a doable clutch here for JW. He's got a lot of nades. He's got full nades too. So he's got loads of utility as well to find these kills. All about picking the right spot, committing, and hitting it. But he's going to miss the first bullet there. Forest still on the bomb site. Oh, no, oh my god, that was a brilliant lob right over the top. Now the smoke goes down to pressure the bomb. Friberg's going to have to peek. At this point, JW has a nice advantage on the engagement. Misses the shot. The time is really ticking away. Friberg pushing right out there. It's really good play from Friberg. And JW just couldn't afford to miss that shot. But I have to hammer something through here, James, because so the GODSENT, they played a catwalk, 2 players on catwalk, okay? And at the same time, GODSENT had push players in upper dark. They should have changed their setup on catwalk to play more defensively so that the flank could actually do something. And just play for delay so the flank could actually pressure the Ts instead of playing the, again, like, the position on catwalk, you have to fight and you either win the kill or you die, basically.
Nope, says Forest. You're not going to get away with that one. That is a big early advantage. Still a minute 30 on the clock for NiP as they enjoy the spoils. See where flusha chooses to go with his AWP. Not going to be contesting the middle area for the time being. Commonly see those pop flashes through the middle doors in these professional matches. So the weakness will be towards A. GODSENT taking a gamble. 3 people inside the B bomb site and pronax playing on the ramp, moving towards the middle doors. So it might be a... Do you think it could be a play for overtime if GODSENT, if NiP go for A and GODSENT are all on B?
Yeah, I just think that overtime is what's happening, because I think at this point, GODSENT are playing for the maximal delay of our schedule, James.
That's what they're playing for.
That's playing, exactly.
They're going to hold on for as long as they can. 28 rounds. pronax has got 5 kills. Lecro's got 9 kills. So znajder and JW flusha really towing the line at the moment. Down goes Lecro. So GODSENT have been coaxed out of their hiding places. Oh, that's an important frag that's eventually picked up. So the retake might be on here. There's still 4 versus 3. But indeed, they're just going to hold their positions. 2 AWPs going into the next round. If they can hold on to them, it will be of interest. Who's that? 2 players on the site, though, so flusha needs to be careful. I mean, he's got space to hide to his left. Oh, that was a nice play by Friberg, but doesn't work out, unfortunately, for him. So, GODSENT looking to take 2 AWPs and an M4 into the following rounds. They're going to have 1900 loss bonus, so someone is going to be lacking. Match point for the Pajamas.
Match point indeed. They have a pretty good chance to take it over the line here. But that said, it's not like GODSENT don't have anything to fight back with. They've got a UMP, they've got decent utility. A UMP, I put that as like a selling point of them winning the round there. They got 2 AWPs. The only disadvantage they have is the UMP. That's what I meant to say. And I love how Forest is looking for those shots. It is much better for you to look for those shots as a T than a CT. CT is much more painful, but at the same time we can see znajder there is pushed up in middle. Now znajder being able to make the frag there should someone come in is incredibly crucial, because if he dies, that's a big problem. Oh, good kill. znajder's holding onto the 4th position. This gets weird now for NiP. Like, how do you want to play this round? You've lost someone early. Again, from this position, it would be good to see the A set piece from NiP that we have not really seen. Will they push upper dark? GODSENT wouldn't advise it. They have the advantage to play with. It's on NiP to make the play. Do GODSENT expect the A split? Because that looks like the play potentially here for NiP. Long control now. pronax needs to win this fight. In comes Get Right, and pronax survives. This is really good work so far for GODSENT, looking for that overtime. 2 players there for NiP, and their chances all but diminished at this point.
33 seconds. The bomb is on long behind blue, and there are 2 people looking for it. There goes Friberg as well, and there goes Xizt. So we are going to go into overtime, which is 3 rounds per side, $10,000 starting money for each person. Just when you thought it was safe to look at the schedule.
One thing you can note, though, is that Forest, how many frags did he have? I think it was at the start of the second half. And wasn't it like 27 or something? I'm pretty sure it's 27 going into the second half.
22.
Was it 22?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What are you doing, JW? What are you doing? What on earth? I mean, he's just trying to bait a shot so he can peek immediately afterwards. Ooh, znajder, show me something sexy. At least he can bounce. Got his bunny hopping on the go. He's got to be careful now. Support is not close, Mr. znajder. pronax waits for the head to bob. The dink comes in. Friberg will get his bell rung, but it's a 5 versus 3. That's what counts at the end of the day. Get Right taken down on the long push, and Along will be abandoned by the CT side. Nobody there for the T side though. znajder with a trade, but again the advantage lies with NiP. 2 men short, 1 man long. GODSENT in trouble.
Yeah, Flick is not going to land, and znajder will get traded. Well, just straight up killed even. Lecro coming in for the retake. Pop flash through the smoke. Not too much to do here. Finds the first player though. Xizt will go down, but the AWP is trained on this position. Forest on Goose. Very hard for Lekro to win that one-on-one, but somehow he does. Is he really? Oh my god, how did he do this?
Hello.
That's a massive 1 versus 3 from Lekro. Defuse can come in his good time. That is, oh man, NiP has so many advantages. How could they not trade Lekro?
It's a great time for him to get those kills as well. Again, hasn't had that many kills in this game so far, so it's a great time to have them. 5 kills per half, in fact. Lovely stuff. Lekro cleaning house. Always good. Good confidence boost there for the new man. All right then, maybe JW will calm down somewhat. In fact, he's gone to the M4, so he has changed his approach entirely. But that's cool because over time, tendencies can be played on, can be abused. Pronax spotting Get Right's information play. Get Right will see Pronax on the radar at the very least. And Pronax is going for the peak on his own. No trades coming in, sprayed before he can see anything. JW for the follow-up. This plan, whatever it might be, not working out so far. znajder pushing at the same time, maybe trying to distract the forces of NiP, but again, JW just runs head first straight into the fire of Get Right. There goes Lekro as well. This has descended into pretty much just a match of Swedish Dust 2. Not a single kill for GODSENT in that round 16-16. First team to 19 rounds to take this game. Otherwise, we head to overtime once more. Look at this. Boom. Get Right. Does call it recoil master after all. That is gross. Straight in the chin. Just liquid meals for those two for the next few days. And now it's time for GODSENT to get an early advantage. 2 men per site for GODSENT. Pronax around the long doors. He's opted for a UMP. Double UMP, in fact. Is this some kind of... that was just a lack of money rather than anything else. znajder jumping on the box. I think you have to make a step to jump onto the box from that side because you need a certain amount of velocity in order to jump up there. So there is a sound cue, also a sound clue, but the setup on B, he's got Lekro on the other side, so can't really be exploited without giving up a man in this situation. So yeah, even if Xizt heard znajder jump up, not much he can do unbeknownst to him. He will dispose of the AWP. JW, I think he was spotted. There's a much better pop flash he can do actually off the balcony up to his upper left. UMP pre-fire hype, grenade from a teammate as well. znajder charging through now. He's tired of waiting.
Yeah, Forest will be going in. Opportunity strikes perhaps. Looking for that pick. The guy from Goose shouldn't really be going for the peak necessarily. This is distraction to work off of. He can play delay. He's got a good off angle. And very crazy shot hit by Forest there. JW is probably getting that kill a lot of the time against most players. But in goes Pit now, able to deflect Pronax. And now things get really awful here for GODSENT. Looking like NiP are going to grab this round unless znajder can do something on 18 points of health. Forest has done it a few times before in this matchup so far. High flash over the top. Works out well. Get Right does not go down though. Instead it will be znajder. 17-16. So 2 rounds for NiP. They'll go into the second half with the slide edge. And also swapping onto the CT side. That's where they had the dominant performance.
That was a monster shot from Forest. Will it be enough to take his team over the line here? Double AWPs for GODSENT. flusha and JW all in the first round. This does have, if you lose the round, it does end up having significant economical impact. Oh my holy, but what? Okay. He's just gone mad, Dan. He's gone mad. He's got the trigger finger. He's got the itchy trigger finger. Hair trigger is not safe when your teammates are in front of you, as evidenced by that.
I wonder why he shot that. Was it because he was in the Molotov and he thought that someone was shooting him and didn't realize he was in the Molotov? Is that, or something like that? And with a kind of panic shot? That's really weird, isn't it?
He's lost his damn mind.
Because
I mean, maybe he just shot by accident. Did he scope as well, though?
I think so.
We'll have to check a replay. There is a wall of smoke on short. Friberg throwing a smoke. I mean, these are dangerous waters for the CT side, so maybe GetRight wants to disappear from here. Producer E says that he did scope in.
I like that play from the CTs, even though they use smokes to do it, partially because the classic aggression in this spot that T's kind of prey on is the upper dark one, and what they don't normally expect is that kind of play. So it's cool from that perspective. It's a mix-up, but the flash there, if I get right, he will re-peek there, gets a 1 frag, but no support to trade. And Friberg in this position, I don't know that he's going to get anything. It's so difficult to play from CT alone. Oh, JW's on top of things. A nice little frag there for him. So lots of solo efforts coming in here from the Swedish players of NiP. And the next one is to be Forest. No one long. He actually has an opportunity here. Oh no, the flash was perfect there, coming in from Xizt. Now Forest gets 2 kills for free. GODSENT JW needs to get the kills. Oh my god, Forest. A lot of crazy kills in this round.
He's got 36 kills, man. He's going crazy. Forest is playing so good at the moment. It's very fun to watch. Match point, okay. NiP, the double up full buy from GODSENT didn't work out. That's just...
But what is he shoot? There's nothing going on.
There's nothing there, yeah. There's absolutely nothing there. Just a moment of madness. An absolute moment of madness. GODSENT all in once again. Double ops once again. We've got that Noah stack in... I think we do. No, we don't actually. No. Ignore me. There's only one person there. Forest looking over the smoke. JW's already passed. 3 players on long to A for NiP. Friberg holding the position from blue. The off angle not often checked, although he's moving straight into crosshairs, pronax's crosshair. Minute 15 for GODSENT to act.
Does that count?
A pick is a pick. That makes life awkward for Pitt. He's over towards the car position on long, and that's going to force GetRight to move a bit forward. Spots flusha, but there's only so much he can do. Just need to stay alive is more important than need to frag. Oh, he's dunked him as well. GetRight would have heard that. So he knows damage has been done. Now GODSENT needs to be careful about being grenaded in the situation. That said, NiP only have a few flashbangs, but the threat may be more dangerous than the reality.
Yeah, this will be a tough entry. I mean, if they have the flashbangs to try to get, well, the AWPer blind, if they want to move into A, then that should be okay. Actually, Pitt's looking towards long instead of looking towards catwalk, so that's going to work out pretty well. Forest, meanwhile, takes down one of the players who would have been operating more on the flank. Now, that's a really important pick-off that Forest is going to get there. Maybe he shouldn't have been able to get it, but he does. That's going to make life easier here. GetRight going for the drive-by, doesn't get it. It's going to be now znajder on the bomb site alone. Support is very far away. znajder gets the 1 versus 1, though. GetRight not in... He fell into elevator, actually. I'm not sure what happened to GetRight there. Oh, dear. Oh, this is not good, is it? GetRight's going to go down as well, and that's really weird. I wonder what happened to GetRight there.
He fell off.
Did he just simply fall off? Yeah. Fall off? That sucks, because he definitely should have had the trade onto znajder.
Yeah, that's brutal. It's a shame. It looked like you could see him through the corner of the smoke as well, but of course we can see more than he can from the spectator client for some reason. But yeah, he fell off, and then it all fell apart after that. So GODSENT have a chance. They've still got 2 ops on the go. Now it's NiP suffering from limitations. GetRight onto the UMP. The recoil master. I don't even know if I don't know how many people know the recoil on the UMP.
Speaking of the UMP, we send our good wishes to Savage from VG Gaming. Apparently he's in the hospital right now.
Yeah, he slipped and fell in the airport and had a head injury.
That is very unfortunate. There's players in airports and airplanes, man, like Peter, finding the injuries there. Anyway, moving forwards, Pitts is in a position where he might be thinking that he has to make a play, and I think he would be correct in that presumption. Ooh, oh, what? He was definitely mid-air right there when he killed JW.
That's disgusting.
That should not be happening.
2 players outside long for GODSENT with about 45 seconds left. The bomb is there as well. Lecro's moving up top mid. I do wonder if he's coming to collect the bomb or what his current plan is. The triple peek coming in from the CTs. Will that force them to move elsewhere though? Friberg with a nice angle onto pronax. Pronax, is he going to go for the repick? He's got znajder in for support. pronax will prevail. Man advantage now. The bomb moving towards the long pit and Xizt rotating as fast as they can. Down goes Pit, leaving Xizt alone. Really nice angle actually from him, but the double smoke is going to be stopping any peeks. That is a lovely angle though. Didn't even know that was an angle. Well, he's learning something in Counter-Strike. So 1 versus 3. Otherwise, it is overtime number 2, of course. Desperate times, and Alesund will get put out of his misery with a shot to the face. So then, overtime 2. Rules are the same, but now it is the first team to 22 rounds to take the match.
So, okay, they're going for a bathroom break, James. They need to alleviate themselves. But who's going to win this one? It's kind of weird. I mean, Forest is obviously having a great game, but NiP don't seem to be able to capitalize on some of these edges. And GODSENT are really if you look at most of the rounds GODSENT are winning, most of them end up being towards the A-bomb site. Interestingly enough. There's a lot of clutch situations which GODSENT were able to win. Like, let's look at that Lecro 1 versus 3. How on earth did that happen? That's insane that he was able to do that. He's 1 versus 3 in an afterplant, coming from Catwalk. There's an AWPer and 2 riflers on the A-bomb site. And he wins that one on 3.
Yeah, I don't know how Lecro did that. I mean,
that shouldn't be happening.
That was just one of those things. It's a clutch. But it's pretty crazy. He's catching up now with the kills, although it's hard to catch up with znajder. He's on 34 for his team. And in the meantime, on the other side, we have Forest with 38. But it hasn't been enough by either side. znajder going for the usual timing pick once the flashbang comes in, but nobody's peeking from NiP. They got the information. They know that there is an AWP in play. They won't know if it's 1 or 2, as GODSENT were rocking lots of situations with 2 AWPs. Well, that's an early pick. An unexpected pick, perhaps. Get right, I was never expecting that to happen. That's got to be... I know that will frustrate him. But it is what it is.
Oh, Lecro going down to Forest. Again, Forest with these mid peaks. Very interesting. He's often to be found going for the mid peaks, going for the engagements early on. And that does bring NiP to a 4 versus 4, but the bomb's in upper dark. Again, a common position when the CTs are down a man to push upper dark, because you can't just sit back and wait. But maybe that's what NiP will do. I mean, that is a viable strategy. There's lots of ways to gamble again with this, because a lot of CT teams, they put one player along, one player on the bomb site, and that's... We'll come back to this point later, because it's a classic Dust 2 thing in 4 versus 4. So how is the response here from NiP? They aren't rotating yet. They're not necessarily buying it. They're going to leave Forest to go for the clutch here. Gets 2 kills. Still has 5 bullets in the chamber. JW has no health. Oh my god. Forest almost gets it. Pit gets the kill onto pronax, leaving just JW left. And Pit absolutely has to go for this. The peek comes in though. And oh my goodness, JW misses the shot. You never know when JW is going to miss or if he's going to hit. Doesn't matter the difficulty of the shots. Perhaps the more difficult the shot, the more likely he'll hit it. What? I didn't see that. The backflip there from Lecro. That was nice.
Nice.
10 out of 10.
NiP start off well. But will they end well? Will it end well for one of these teams? flusha moving quickly towards short. Spots Pit through the bricks, but he's missed his opportunity, taking half his life, but the rest is yet to be claimed. NiP still in control of the long area. GODSENT have left the bomb in T-spawn. Ooh, znajder, your angles, please. Forest coming in for the second frag as well. pronax going to collect the bomb. Dust 2 versus 2 with 2 Swedish teams is always madness.
It does seem to be, basically this Dust 2 just basically seems to be who's able to bank more clutches, because we've had so many clutches from both teams. Either it's Forest going ham, or JW, or it's znajder, or we had a lot of clutches from Xizt earlier on. Oh my days, pronax. Oh my days. pronax in 1 versus 3, that was a stunning shot. He's already got 2 kills. There's the third one, 4 HP left. Has to go for the plant at this point. On the box, why not? In comes Get Right, but from where? It's a question for pronax. The flick comes in. My God, pronax with the quad kill. What was I just saying about clutches, James?
Nicely done by the in-game leader. 4 HP.
This second shot, though. This second shot, what is this?
Ooh, pronax.
That is, God, that's scream tier.
What you doing, pronax? Pronax has warmed up as well.
That is scream. That's a massive flick one shot on a player that's mid-air. That's just unreal. That might be one of the best shots of this match. Rifle shots.
It was indeed quite nice. Pyth with a forward position on the short area. We don't really see flashbangs from either of these teams. I mean, often you'll see, like JW's top mid, he's holding an AWP though and has no flashes, but you'll often see a flash up mid to allow the lower tunnel player to emerge without getting shot by an AWPer, who may or may not be on short itself. If JW goes in scoped, oh, he baits the shot perfectly, but Pyth is a non-believer. Get right in for support as well. 3 pistols on these NiP players. They need to deliver. Get right could get a nice... Oh, the information play. Znajder doesn't check. I mean, they just had a player picked off from that position. There goes pronax as well. Still no response. Get right jumping around on the longest reload of all time. Lekr going for the spray. Not going to work out for him. flusha 1 versus 4. Top mid. Where's the bomb? It is on short, and you need to go and get it. Pyth still holding angles on shorts. Enjoying the luxurious man advantage. flusha won't get picked off by the AWPer, but he can shoulder peek faster with the AK than with the AWP. Friberg with the deagle to finish things off. So, NiP with a 2-1 round score in overtime 2, half 1. And again, it's the first team to 22 rounds now to take this over the line.
I do feel like NiP are going to win eventually. I mean, they consistently are getting more advantages, but GODSENT just bringing these clutches out of nowhere a lot of the time. Like again, that pronax clutch, for example. That's just, when does pronax ever gonna? When is he ever gonna clutch that? That's crazy.
There's the flashbang.
Ooh.
Yeah, people are adjusting now. They're adjusting to the habits, the behaviors. The flash comes out, and then so does the headshot. Znajder needs to go big for his team. Friberg just going past the angle. Flashbang going past Znajder. So he knows there are more people to be had in the middle area. Does he identify the different trajectories? Does he realize the different players? Either way, he's going to get headshot. So far, so good for NiP.
Yeah, Friberg with a one-on-one there if he wants to take it, but he shouldn't take it alone. They don't need to. They've got a 5 versus 3. All they have to do now is just get the bodies onto one place and then push with grenades, and they'll win the round. This is a great play from GODSENT. They've taken the fight before that can happen. That's how you have to win back the advantage. You've got to go in before you allow them to make the play, and that's exactly what happens. Perhaps you would have wanted those players to back up a little bit so that everyone could actually coordinate for the splits. But instead, GODSENT are just going to win all these engagements. Now again, NiP have to get a clutch going. Forest and Get Right though, and they have good positioning and good weaponry, so they should be good to have a solid chance. Forest looking for the first man. There it is. A 2 versus 2.
pronax moving to the short position, all of 20 HP, and he's the man carrying the kit. No, he's going towards the long, in fact. So he's going to be very key unless there is a kit for Lekr on the way. Lekr flash in spawn at the moment. Get right coming out, looking for pronax, finding him. Now Lekr needs to speed up. So far, so good on what could be his next clutch. Not checking the low ground. Maybe he spotted Forest, not sure. Coming in for the shoulder peek, but Forest will rip his face off. Match point, NiP.
So could this be it? Could this be an end to this very, very drawn-out affair between GODSENT and NiP? We are actually running an hour behind now at this point, James. We're officially there. We're officially there. But NiP might end it now. No kill on the gap. We're going to get a peek, aren't we? JW, this is one thing that you can count on with JW in this matchup, and probably just in general. He's going to find all these awkward spots just to push and be aggressive. And NiP are definitely quite aware of that. First frag from pronax on long. So long control not with NiP. Do they want to actually recommit to this, or will Get Right try to find his way out? That's the question.
Get right, maybe the invisible man. That's what he may be hoping. So maybe he'll come into play later. Although the bomb is quite close to him, so it seems they're committed to the split. There we go. Get right. Here's the reload coming out and instantly headshots pronax. Bit weird a rotation. But he's got to be careful for the player on the site. Orps onto long and short. Leave Forest alone now in a 1 versus 3 situation. Getting flash as well. Double peek may be possible. znajder, is he going to go for the jump? He could collide with the flashbang. That would give Forest a clue. In the meantime, he doesn't know where the third player is. JW, what's going on there? Where's he looking? Towards short, perhaps. There goes znajder as well. Oh my god, Dan! The bomb's still on long. Lecro's trying to get there before Forest does. The smoke goes down. Will Lecro show his hand? Will he fire through the smoke? He's quiet to the angle. Where Forest goes to... He's going to go to B, Dan. He's going to go to the B bomb site, the other bomb site on the map. He's going to B.
This is amazing. If he, with all the information he's gathered, has worked out that there's like a very high percentage chance that, based on everything, that Lecro is coming long. This is a godlike play because Lecro, by the time he gets there, the bomb's probably going to have like 20 seconds, 25 seconds left on it, which allows Forest, oh, is he going to... He's just full of the plays. He's full of the plays, James. He's going all the way around for the backstab. That's unreal. He's going to win the round, isn't he? This guy.
This is so wrong. This is so wrong.
Just outplayed. Completely outplayed.
Oh no!
Oh my!
Are you serious? How does he do this? I thought a knife might come out, Dan. That is a robbery.
I like
That's hilarious.
I like the storyline there, where it's like everyone knows that Forest is going to win that round. It's a surprise. That's so weird, isn't it? I mean, Forest,
from the other perspective, it looks terrible. But the black circle of his scope will deny him the information he so sorely needs.
He made the perfect play there as well. Like that was the perfect play.
Lecro, Jesus. Lecro, Jesus.
You can't really play it much better than Forest did right there. That's amazing by Lecro. That's like the clutches that are awesome when it's like everyone is playing it like perfectly, but that guy who's the underdog still manages to win. That's when the clutches are like amazing, really amazing. Okay, oh god, poor pronax gets wrecked there. NiP with the first kill. There's no utility on GODSENT, and the A-split's coming. This is not a good prognosis here for GODSENT.
Or is it? Got flusha, so patient. Only the one kill for him that he's bought some time for his team, but that just leaves him out of position. Lecro in no man's land. JW and znajder remain. znajder needs to 1 versus 4, otherwise we may be at the end of the line here for GODSENT and today's matches. Smoke top of the ramp. And that's going to be that unceremoniously wrecked through the smoke. Finally, that what one would presume is almost a 2-hour game comes to a close. 22-20 in favor of NiP.
Yeah, I mean, this was a game of individual performances, that's for sure. Well, the second map at least. Like, Cobblestone, of course, it was just NiP, the much better team on Cobblestone. But when Dust 2 comes to play, kind of like I predicted, you know, when you asked me, you know, where's GODSENT's home territory before, I said just Dust 2 reactively, because everyone can play Dust 2. That's where you can get JW going. JW has so much space on both sides to do whatever he wants. And that is what got them back into the game, because there was like 3 or 4 rounds where he was just on fire all of a sudden, killing everyone. There was like a round where he just killed 4 guys running up mid with an AWP on a buy round. I mean, what do you say about that?
Crazy. Dust 2 matches, fairly common with Swedish teams. But that's the end of the Swedish derby. Now we're going to have NiP coming up versus Virtus Pro. And the first map's going to be on Overpass. That is after the break. We will see you back here soon.